Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Sureshot with his Target Master Spoilsport. You can see him there in front of the box. We'll go ahead and put him offside real quick and take a look at said box. And yes, it's a typical Age of the Primes Deluxe box. You got Transformers there, the gold Age of the Primes band. You got the Hasbro and his name Target Master Sureshot. Right there and there, of course, right here you have, of course, pictures of him in his robot mode and vehicle modes, and of course 25 steps. And up here you have Sureshot and Takara Tomy. On this side you have another close-up of his robot mode right there. On this side you have some of the Prime statues, and of course this says Deluxe Class down there. On the bottom, of course, says what's included and some manufacturing details. And on the back you have some copyrights and warnings, of course some product shots, including hey, telling you this is Spoilsport right here and authentic Transformers and all that stuff. Also comes with some instructions, which are pretty straightforward for the most part. There's one weird kind of step, I think. Personally, it involves kind of the head, which is, it's kind of weird. But yeah. So yeah, Sureshot in his very gaudy late G1 colors. Right there. And of course, Spoilsport right there. So getting a little closer to Sureshot, you can see there, well, he's got a very, well, generic robot head. He's got the his black helmet with kind of whitish face with the blue goggle eyes. I'm also minding someone tendency to want to kick off to one side a little bit. But he's lots of yellows and oranges and reds. You can see going on down. You got the cockpit chest, the little Autobot symbol right there, going all the way down. Got the red legs with the orange feet, tires in the back, got a bit of backpack, but nothing too egregious. But he's got a bit of backpack, because yeah, he's one of the old Target Masters from late G1. Of course, the Spoilsport here is pretty much just black and red with a little bit of dot of blue for the visor. And there you go. You got some molded detailing in there, but it's kind of lost in the black. But also you got a bit hollow on the backside, but yeah, there's that. So, yeah. Sureshot is actually kind of neat. He's kind of interesting because, like, how do I put this? He's kind of interesting because right out of the box, I kind of had this kind of almost negative impression almost immediately because it almost felt like a kind of weirdness. His finish makes him look like he's cheaper than he is, if that makes sense. He kind of has this weird kind of semi-matte finish almost, and it makes him almost feel like out of the box, it's almost like, oh god, this like feels like the same kind of plastic you feel on like knockoff toys or something, but it's really not. It's just the colors, honestly. I think it's the colors that kind of are just a bit deceiving in that regard, because he's actually pretty solid for the most part. He's pretty much is a deluxe. I mean, there is some, definitely you can see some exposed bits back there, but considering how he transforms, he's actually pretty cool. Yeah, posability though, he's head on the ball joints. You got left and right, you got up and down, you got a little bit of waggle, I guess, although it's not a whole lot of waggle. He's actually got a lot of up right there, thanks to the cutout on the back of his head. His shoulders do have a full 360, although you have to mind the backpack stuff right there. You got outward right there to that point. You have a bicep swivel right there. You got elbows, pretty much just a smidge over 90 degrees. You do have, well, not wrist swivels at all, unfortunately. You have a hollow bit right there. I wish there was a wrist swivel, but no, there's not. If you really want, you can use the transformation joint here, by the way, if you really want more outward. If you want, you can use that transformation joint. But yeah, of course, the waist, you have an unhindered swivel right there. Hips here go forward pretty much that far and back that far. Outward, they do have pretty much the full splits and then some. Actually, yeah, they have a lot more than some. Actually, have quite a bit of outward. You have a dedicated thigh swivel, which pretty much has that much range. Knees can bend roughly 90 degrees or so. Down here at the feet, you do have ankle tilts, and also a bit of forward and back as well. Actually, a lot forward and a little bit of back. If you want, you can actually get that wheel all the way and get more back. Yeah, actually quite a bit of posability there. The only thing is, yeah, no wrist swivel, unfortunately. A little disappointing, but it's kind of common for Deluxe not to have wrist swivels. As for Spoilsport, he can bow. That's about it. He has no other posability. There is no, there's nothing else. There's nothing at the head, arms, leg, nothing. It's just that single hinge. So that's fun. He also has, well, beyond Spoilsport, he has a couple of other accessories, but yeah, these come out in the box separately. And yeah, for these, what you want to do is they'll peg them on the back of the shoulders like, well, like this, essentially. Yeah, they do go in like that. If they don't go on like that, it will be kind of weird in alt mode. Yeah, they go on the back of the shoulders like that, and they kind of sit like that. So there's that. as a whole. Yeah, the single accessory is just him, and with him, his transformation is pretty simple. You just kind of, fold him in half and bring the gun down, and there you go. You got his Target Master gun mode, which sure does look like a folded up robot with guns tip barrels attached to him. And of course, I could just peg into his hand, no problem. Like so. Hold that just fine. And of course, yeah, you can see at the end there, yeah, it is, of course, blast effect compatible. Each of the barrels are blast effect compatible, just like that. You can see. So there's that. And if you want to store the gun here, you could you can take this back here. And it's kind of interesting. What you do is you have to have it like this. You see these little slots right here. You see these little T slots. There's little tabs right here, and you plug it on like that, and that's how it stores in the back. So that's kind of interesting how it does that. Yeah. Overall, that's Sureshot in Spoilsport overall in the robot mode. It's actually again, it's despite kind of my first initial impressions, it actually is a pretty solid robot overall. It's just kind of weird because he is very bright in color scheme. He is very much from the late 80s part of the line, and you can tell. But yeah. As for measurements, for a Sureshot, his height up to his top of his head is about 5 3/4 inches or 14.6 centimeters. And his weight is 2.8 ounces or 80 grams. So he's not kind of lightweight. But yeah, Spoilsport there, actually, he's 1 7/8 inches tall, 4.7 centimeters. And his weight is 0.2 ounces or 6 grams. So yeah, there's their measurements in these the modes. And however, his length in this mode right here, the gun is 2 inches or 5.1 centimeters. So there's all the measurements there. But as for some comparisons, of course, here he is with the good old Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. You have an idea there. Here he is with Point Blank and his Target Master. Got an idea there. Yeah, that's the last Autobot Target Master we got. Don't have crosshairs or whatever, the Siege Ironhide repaint. I never got him like I hoped to, because now he goes for a lot of money now in the aftermarket, because of course he does. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, the Target Masters here, just as a real quick thing, just to compare them. Just comparing the Target Masters real quick. The weird thing is, Point Blank's Target Master has more paint on it, and that's the other thing. This thing just pops out of his hinge really easily. But yeah, you can see, yeah, Point Blank's Target Master has a bit more paint on it, but they both have the same thing of just simply they're not really particularly complicated figures. They only have basically the hinges for turning into gun mode. So there's that. So that's pretty much it for the robot mode, and I'm going to go ahead and get him transformed into his vehicle mode, which actually, again, is pretty clever. So what you do here is you take the arms here, want to untab them from the sides, these bits right here, and raise it out to the side like this, and like this. Just bring them out like that. Then you got to untab the head and kind of bring it forward on this platform. Well, then, and it's weird. You do that, and then once you do that, you're going to untab this stuff and bring the chest forward and up like this. See, there's a hinge right there. And then right here, there's multiple hinges up here, and it's hard to show this, I think, but yeah, there's a hinge up in there on this orange plate. You can see that hinge right there. You got to straighten this bit out right here, like so it looks like this. Then spin the entire torso 180 like that, and then recollapse it so it looks like this essentially. Recollapse it down so it looks like that. So it's flattened out right here like this. And then right here with the head, you want to go ahead and bring the head down like that on this platform, and then use these hinges right here to bring the arms back like this. Like that. And then on this hinge, you bring them up, and they'll kind of go over these little tabs right here. They don't really tab in, but those are like almost guidance tabs, if anything. Bring them up like that. And you rotate the arms 90 degrees like this, and just have them ready to go. Once you've done all that, you can then take the head here and bring it back up like that to kind of sit flat against that stuff right there. Make sure it's these stay up like that. Right. All right, here down here at the waist, what you do is rotate this 180 degrees like that. Then right here at the feet, we take them and bring them up, and these slots right here go over these tabs like that and like that. Bring the wheels out like so. Just untab them, bring them out like that. And then right here, you go ahead and take the legs here and collapse them like this. Just untab and collapse them in like that. And like this. You go ahead and bring them together. Just tab them together like that. It's right here. Go ahead and bring these back like this, and then go ahead and right here use this hinge and collapse it in, and see these tabs right here will line up with these slots and so on and so forth. Just bring it back. Tab it all in like that. Like so. And then right here, when you bring the arms down, you can see these slots right here will go over these tabs right here on the feet. Make sure that the arms go all the way on. And yeah, break this down and tab this in like that. Make sure this stays where it's tabbed right there, like so. Sure, yeah, make sure those are straight lined up. And right here, you bring these down right here, and this peg right here will go into that peg hole right here on the arm, like that, and like that. So like that. There you go, like that. And right here, what you do with this assembly is you untab this from here and bring it around. You bring it around like this, and then bring this down, and this will come in. This will kind of, these will tab in somewhat right into here like that. And with that, you have Sureshot in this vehicle mode. And yeah, it's kind of a weird dune buggy looking thing. It's yeah, it's very, again, still pretty much the same colors with primary yellow with reds and orange highlights. You can see the yellow wheels painted right there, and the black tire treads and everything. Yeah, it's it looks like a kind of weird looking dune buggy thing. I don't know what else to say, honestly. It's a weird looking dune buggy thing. This feels like it isn't quite tabbing in all the way, but but it is. And it rolls pretty decently. And of course, yeah, you got a whole bunch of peg holes all over it, there's that for that. But, if you really want to, with this guy, you can just, in his target master mode, just peg them on right there like that. And, that's kind of the official way to do things, although you can kind of, if you want, kind of peg it on right there, although it's not going to peg on as well. And I guess peg it on right there, although, yeah, that's actually really can't because there's clearance issues. But yeah, it's just, it sure is basically kind of a weird looking dune buggy thing. It's kind of neat looking, I guess, but also, yeah. But yeah, the actual thing about this is, I guess as I was saying before, the transformation to get here is actually pretty clever. I like how they did a lot of this stuff. It's pretty cool, and it's pretty clever how they did this. Like they could have, they actually could have made this a lot simpler than it did, and they actually went out of the way to kind of make it a little more complicated. Yeah, the hands. I wish the hands fold away. Almost looks like that one point they were gonna to, but like I guess budget probably makes it so the hands just kind of chill out right there. But there's enough clearance and everything, and it's not too bad for the most part, I feel. But also the other thing is because of how these work, it's kind of easy for the spoilers to get a little out of alignment, but it's not too difficult to get them right back into alignment. So hey, yeah. So overall, it's just a pretty neat little dune buggy guy. I rather actually kind of like it, but yeah. Other thing is in this mode, measurements for his length is pretty much almost exactly 5 inches long with or 12.7 centimeters. Yeah, he's just kind of a neat little dune buggy, and I like it. And yeah, getting the transformation to get here is also pretty fun. But yeah, some comparison stuff. Again, here he is with Studio Series 86 Optimus. Not sure the scale of that dune buggy is a little weird. Yeah, I guess it kind of works scale-wise. It's kind of a weirdly weird dune buggy, but yeah, okay, sure. Well, this kind of looks like a dune buggy, I guess. And then, of course, here's Point Blank, much more of a race sports car type of thing. Well, yeah, comparing them with their attached target masters, because his does the thing with the tabs in back here. Got very different ideas there, but yeah. So there's that. So yeah, overall, Sureshot here is actually kind of fun. I wasn't really. I kind of was actually kind of the figure I was least looking forward to for this wave, honestly, but I genuinely wound up kind of liking him a lot. He's a fun, it's mostly because he's got a really fun transformation. Yeah, he's got kind of really bright, colors, which is going to put some people off because some people really hate, really bright colors like this. But honestly, he's just kind of a fun toy, and he looks pretty decent. Yeah, and his robot mode is a little ropey looking sometimes because the hollow bits, but he's just fun to play with, honestly. He's just a fun transformation, and he's really solid, and he has a fun, very nice to play with vehicle mode and everything. And the Target Master is pretty decent all in its own right. It's not amazing, but you know, it's not worse than the original, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty fun. And for a deluxe toy, he's actually a lot more fun than I thought he'd be. So I kind of recommend picking him up. Unless you're really put off by like some aspect of him, like the colors or whatever, then I just genuinely recommend picking him up. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social medias down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee and my Patreon. I'll see you next time with a video review.